I don't have a Dr. Umar hat, but my sisters, my sisters. Listen to me and listen to me when I tell you this. If a man is doing this,
Hang up on you, not in the move. Please, you gotta be
Nice and thick, like Big Mama.
Am I forcing you to be happy?
Just a little bit.
What type of content y'all want to see, man? I want to
See you.
look at that weird lady follow me again.
How can you eat that and knowing your hands gonna be sticky?
you do not do this.
That I made the joke, I turned the camera on, he made the joke, and we both laughing. Because that's our love language. Us picking on each other.
Somebody said, could you see yourself dating Tim? We're too much alike, bro.
Why do you keep answering the questions for me?
Because if you do, I promise you on everything I love, either you gonna get tore up or we're taking them out of here. As I'm sure y'all have seen floating all around TikTok is Brene defending Tim, talking down to her, saying that's their love language. That's just what they jeer. So I felt like this is a good thing to talk about for all of the homies in the neighborhood who might not be familiar with this type of love language. So what's up, my friends, and welcome back once again to the Just Case and Brand. I'm your homegirl, I'm your tia, I'm your prima, I'm your cousin, I'm your friend, I'm whatever you need me to be down here at the Just Case and Brand. If you're new to the community, we are lovingly known as the neighborhood. What we like to do is to get together, talk about stuff that's already existing online, have a little kiki about it, then go out about our business. If that sounds like your vibe, then go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you're already a member of the neighborhood, welcome back in. Did you see this going around on TikTok? I said, Brene, girl. Oh, I know she's only 25, 26. But at some point, you got to learn to read through these men. They be insulting you right up in your face. You got to start catching that and being like, we're making jokes, Ari. Let's tune in to her defending their love.
I'm telling y'all literally don't know how to take a joke at all. Like, y'all have to stop being so sensitive. And the only reason why I say that is because I seen somebody in my comments on TikTok, and I actually commented back to her. She was like, that Babe was making fun of my weight, making fun of me. And I'm just laughing and giggling and kiki. And crazy thing is I made the joke off camera. I picked the camera up to show y'all like, oh, I forgot this, I'm filming. And why am I over explaining? I'm not, but I'm just making a point before y'all say you always overly explain things bother you. It's not bothering me. Just because I speak on it doesn't mean it's bothering me. But anyway, I'm just overall saying that I made the joke. I turned the camera on. He made the joke and we both laughing. Because that's our love language. Us picking on each other. That's a love language. Like, y'all are so sensitive. Y'all thinking that it's so sad that he's talking about me. He's not talking about me. See, that's the thing. Y'all don't know him, nor do y'all know me. So when y'all say stuff like that, it be so crazy to me. Like, nobody's picking on one another. And if we was, stop, Blue. It's our relationship. Like, literally, like, that's another thing. Thank you, babe. Another thing is we were literally best friends before anything. See, that's healthy relationship. You have to be friends with your partner. 9 times out of 10, you're friends with your partner before you're get into a relationship with them. So stop with he's picking on you. He's not picking on me. Trust. He's not. We're just laughing and kiki-keying and playing. Was you about to say something, babe? Literally. But they don't know us for real, so that's besides the point. I just had to let that be known so y'all can stop saying it in my comment section with the, he's picking on her. No, he's not. No, I'm not picking on him. He's not picking on me. We're joking. We're playing. Like, be for real. I have big breasts. What make you think the small settings for a crossbody bag is really going to fit on me? It's not.
So why you put it on?
In whose world is it gonna fit on for somebody like my breast?
No, they want you to be delusional so bad.
Why you say that? Cause what?
They want you to think that that's gonna fit on you.
Oh, no.
Like,
I did not feel offended. I said it. I said this mug need a daggone extendo. And the thing is, anyway, but that's besides the point. The point is, I'm trying to get at is y'all be so sensitive about somebody else. Like, be sensitive about you. That's cool. If you a sensitive person, by all means, kudos to you. But baby, I got some tough skin over here. You gotta calling me big and fat and all this other type of stuff. You gotta come harder, because that does not bother me at all.
So no one was calling her big and fat. Her man was. Did you see her face change?
I have big breasts. What make you think the small settings for a crossbody bag is really going to fit on me? It's not. Like, in whose world is it gonna fit
Listen
on
for him.
for somebody like my breasts?
They want you to be delusional so bad.
Why you say that? Cause
See that face? And what y'all don't know, oh, hold up, let me do this camera. And what y'all don't know is that my man knows that I got big breasts to this. I mean, they do. He in the background. Yeah, they want you to be delusional and think your ass small as hell, but you really big as hell. That's the problem. You be like, ooh, 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 with your big ass. You be flipping and flopping all up in that damn bed. I thought we was in a water bed. Then I found out it was just a normal, regular mattress from Rent Center that you was sleeping on with your fast nigga. She said, what? No, what do you mean by that? No, what? What do you mean?
what?
They want you to think that that's gonna fit on you.
Oh no!
I'm saying you big.
Like, I did not feel offended. I said it. I said this mug need a daggone extendo. Ow. And the thing is, anyway, but that's besides the point. The point is, I'm trying to get at is y'all be so sensitive about somebody. Cause what?
They want you to think that that's gonna fit on you.
Oh no!
If my man said that, they think your pants gonna fit with your big ass, and they want you to think it's gonna fit. But we know it ain't gonna fit because you too big. That would hurt my feelings. I'm sorry. Like I always say, I ain't no size 2 or anything like that. If this nigga was telling me used to be a 16, now you 18, shit. Because you do be in there just throwing shit together and they want to act like you don't know that that's what you do. Excuse me? Sir, do you know I pay your bills? You know you in my house? Huh? You know I can make that little DH Gate Louis Vuitton disappear? Huh? I know you got that little pow. I go pawn that right now. Keep playing with me here. This man is named Steven Speaks, and I've been watching him for several years now. He has about 1.4 million subscribers. His main objective is to teach women about men and how to better understand them so that we're not running into difficulties when dating them. I always recommend listening to advice about men from men. I know I give my advice like how the women could deal with men and stuff like that, but when it comes to really understanding the intricacies of a man and how he treats us, I like to listen to other men talk about it. His YouTube channel will be linked down in the description box. I highly recommend listening to him. I also listen to a couple of other guys. If you guys would like for me to start covering the stuff that I've heard from them, let me know and I'll definitely put that up for us.
One of the first signs is if he asks you for large sums of money. So here's the reason why I felt compelled to start off with this. I recently came across a situation. I'm not gonna give the story details because if I do, they're way too specific and it involves some deep stuff. So let's just say I came across some situation recently where this type of situation happened. And the reality is that though I came across it again recently, I've come across this many times in my years of doing coaching and speaking on relationships. And I've been in this business for over 15 years. And I've seen women get attached, put themselves in very unfortunate situations by giving money to a man who really was just trying to use them. Now, I want to be clear. I am not saying that the minute a man asks a woman for some money, it's automatic he don't respect you or he's using you. That's why I tried to qualify this by saying large sums. Now, in fairness, large sums can be different to different people, right?
Right.
In my head, we're just gonna go with anything over $100. Now, to some people, $100
What we
ain't
talking
nothing.
about?
But let me
What we
explain.
talking about?
First, let me say, it's one thing if we're talking about a man that you are married to. That's a completely different story. That does not count. If we're
Because let me tell you, when I get married, I'm spoiling my man. When I get into a long-term relationship, I'm spoiling my man. I hear that when you buy, your man gifts and stuff, make some other stuff a little easier.
talking about a man that you've been in a long-term relationship with, that does not count. If we're talking about a man who has consistently provided for you financially, we're not gonna count that today, all right?
Nope.
Though there may be some exceptions to that rule, we're just gonna leave that off. We're talking about situations where the man has not done for a woman financially, okay? We're talking about situations where the man's not even committed to the woman. They're not even in an official relationship.
Can't
right?
be. Can't
in the
be.
early stages of dating, things of that nature, okay? And the reason why asking for large sums of money is in many cases, a sign of lack of respect is because, one, you have to understand and consider the fact that when a man is really into a woman and he's intentionally dating her, right? He sees her as potential future. He is going to be very mindful of how he presents himself, and he does not want to make her feel like he is weak in certain areas, all right? And let's face it.
Tim was up in there doing eyebrows and makeup. Now, I ain't trying to say it's a weak trait, but for a man like Tim who's so masculine, come on up.
One of the areas that men do not want to show weakness into a woman that they're really into is financially.
Yep.
All right. Sometimes it gets to an unhealthy place. Sometimes you have men who genuinely could have asked their partner for help and she would have helped them, and he had genuine intent to pay her back, right? But the fact is, the mindset of most men who are serious about a woman is, I don't want to bring that burden to her, and I'm not going to ask her for money, okay? Now, I just have to throw this in. You have some men who, okay, his willingness to go to his woman and ask her for money is because he can't go to anyone else. But if this man has friends, family, whoever, and he can't ask anyone else, my first thought is, how many times have you already asked them in the past and you didn't own up to what you asked for? Because the idea that you wouldn't.
Because you know Tim's daddy, his granddaddy, his uncle, ain't nobody going for none of that shit. Don't call us and ask us for a motherfucking thing.
Go to a friend or family before going to your woman.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of times that means he ain't good for it. And he's already exhausted his other options. All right? So now he has to go to the woman that he's with. But again, going back to the whole, a man doesn't want to come across looking weak in this area. He's more trying to impress and show that I got it, I can handle it. His willingness to ask, and to ask again, no commitment, early stages of dating, doesn't pour back into you, is usually because he sees you as someone he can use in that way. All right? Yeah. And there are unfortunately men that exist who target women, who target specific types of women because they view them as an easier target to use for resources.
Low self-esteem, a lack of self-confidence, being able to fuck him early. He fucked her sister and her, and she's still swinging that bat for this man. Still, just babe loves me, babe.
Whether that be a place to stay, whether that be money, whether that be driving your car. I know that hurts some of y'all because some of y'all are going through it. And again, I'm not trying to judge, and I don't want you to beat yourself up and feel bad. Well, we got to be real about this.
You're right.
Okay? And again, it stems from like, there tends to be a lack of respect, because what you'll typically find, and this is very important, for those of you who may have already or are already in that situation, one of the key ways you're going to know if it's really about lack of respect, or maybe this is just an outlier and he fell on hard times and he needed some help and it's not going to be a problem, is how does he treat you otherwise? Because if we're talking about a man who, even if he's not pouring into you financially because he just don't got it like that, but he treats you well, he shows you love, he shows you respect, he's there for you in other ways, then I can at least give him the benefit of the doubt that, okay, maybe this is a genuine guy who's just struggling right now, and you really are the only person he can count on to go to for this, right? I get it. But what I see a lot in these situations is a man who's not treating the woman right, who's not pouring into her in other ways, who's neglecting her in many ways, yet he got his hand out asking for money. It's a problem. It's a problem. And I think it's important that as a woman, you understand, even if you view yourself as this loving, generous woman, which is beautiful, I never want you to stop being loving and generous. I just want you to start recognizing who to give that to and who you should not be entertaining in that way.
Bingo.
Okay?
Yahtzee.
However,
Parcheesi.
If you feel so compelled to still give a man a large sum of money or to make a large financial investment of any kind, co-signing something, helping them get an apartment, putting your name on the lease, whatever, right? Don't do what you cannot walk away from if this man turns the tables on you.
Got that on your credit?
You gotta be prepared to only give up what you can. If it turns out he's the user, manipulator, doesn't respect you, you gotta be able to say, let's just say you gave him $500 and you can deal with not having that $500 back, then that's your limit.
You could take the loss. I could take the loss. Okay, if I give you this much stuff, then if it goes away, I could take it.
But you don't give, let's just say, $2,000, knowing you need that money or knowing that you cannot walk away in peace without that money. And now you find yourself stuck or feeling stuck because you're not truly stuck. You can still make a choice to walk away, but you feel stuck because you've made this too large of an investment in this man. All right. So be very honest with yourself. Don't put yourself in compromising situations. Okay. And if you're already there, because again, we're going to keep it real. There's some women who are dealing with this right now. Sign a man does not respect you is that he does not respect your boundaries. Okay. So there's a quote I use a lot. It says, a lack of boundaries invites a lack of respect. Now, what's tricky about that quote is if you never establish the boundaries, then I think it's unfair to just assume certain things are automatic disrespect. I understand there's going to be some things that most people would agree is just flat out disrespect, but understand that people perceive or have a different idea of how the relationship should go, how we interact with others, all these different things.
Got to speak up.
Or how we even speak to each other, okay? You may have some people who genuinely believe that speaking all aggressively with their partner is just what couples do. If they grew up around that and the couples that they saw engaged in that stayed together for years, they may not register that as a problem. But for you, who comes from a very different environment, that aggressive talk is like, that right there is disrespect. But there has to be a discussion about that. So this is why it's important. If we're going to evaluate his willingness to respect your boundaries, we have to lay him out. And that's why it's so important as early as possible to start establishing certain boundaries, to start talking about how we feel we're supposed to show up in our relationships. Now, one of the things that I think is a great thing to do is when you guys are talking and getting to know each other, come up with hypothetical situations and discuss how would you handle that? Or would this be a problem? So let me give you an example.
Oh, Tim and Brene ain't mature enough for this.
I remember one time I was speaking to a woman many years ago, and I said, okay, let's just say, because we both can enjoy going out sometimes. And I got friends who love going out. So I said, okay, let's just say one day I'm at a club and you're at a different club, right? And somebody wants to come dance with you and vice versa. Is dancing with them in the relationship disrespectful to you? Now, again, some of y'all be like, that's a stupid question. Of course it's disrespectful. Remember, people have different belief systems. There's some people who don't think it's a big deal for their partner to go
and I guess it depends on the dance. If it's like two-stepping, I don't care. But if it's a twerk,
out dancing and they're dancing with somebody else. Other people think, hell no, ain't no way. You ain't gonna be my partner by the time you get home. If that's what you think, you can go out there and do. But this is why we have discussions. So we ask different scenarios. We talk about all these different possibilities, or we just say flat out, hey, if you're with me, this is what is cool, this is what's not cool. Another sign that a man does not respect you is that he constantly takes from you, but does not give, okay? So this is kind of piggybacking off the guy who asked for large sums of money, where you have a lot of situations out there where a man is looking for a woman to leech off of, okay? And you have some men who, I'm gonna be very careful with how I phrase this. You got some men who have been coddled by their mothers growing up. and never learn how to do for themselves or how to pour into someone else. And they become adult men who now are basically looking for a woman to be their new mother that they have sex with. Okay?
Yep.
And so they're just looking for someone that's going to do for them, but they don't honor the responsibility of having to do for her. Now, for the man who is looking for that kind of dynamic, and more specifically for the man who's just looking to take from a woman, again, they can be very specific about how they target certain women to be able to do that with. And so it's kind of hitting my spirit, so I want to mention this. One of the greatest deterrents of a manipulator or user is self-confidence. All right? Manipulators, users, gaslighters, they're looking for any sign of lack of self-esteem.
Yep.
They're looking for signs of self-doubt. They're looking for signs of desperation. All right.
So when they were sitting there, Tim and Brene, talking about all the issues in their marriages and being best friends, getting to really know each other, all they were doing was telling each other how to manipulate the other.
Because they know those are the doorways to where they can really have leverage over this woman and use her and get what they want.
This is going to be that relationship where Brene is like, this really changed my life, how we were, what I learned from it, what I walked away from. This relationship just taught me so much, because this is going to be the one that really break her down bad. I highly recommend that she get to tuning in with the Lord for real, get to reading some books, getting some resources to see through this bullshit that she got going on with Tim. Because unlike Tim, she's walking away with no kids, you know, before she has a child by him. But I got a good feeling she's going to try her best to get pregnant so she has some ounce of a man. Then she's going to look up 7 years later and wish she never did that to herself. But let me know what y'all think down in the comments. I have been the Just Casing Brand. I'm so thankful that you guys tuned in. Please make sure to like the video, have your notification bell turned on so you catch me each and every single time I'm here, and I'll see you guys in the next video.